Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Daily Digital Design Show, where we keep you all up to date with what's going on in our digital world. Today is July 5th, 2022, and we have three topics to talk about here today. The first one being omnidirectional treadmills, mainly being used for VR, virtual reality. The second one is something that Apple is doing with all of their iPhones and Macs, which I personally am not a huge fan of. But in case you guys didn't hear about it, in case you guys didn't know, I definitely wanted to bring it to you. And then the last one being something that is a little bit different from what the NFT world has been seeing. They are actually bringing in some AR, augmented reality technology into the play as well. So hang on tight and we'll jump right into it. All right, so we are back. The first thing that we want to talk about are omnidirectional treadmills. These are being used for virtual reality. The main thing about them is being able to immerse yourself even further into the virtual reality world. I didn't find too much information on them just quite yet. I don't think they have been really being used by a lot of people because main reasons because they cost about like $1,500, $2,000 just to get your hands on one of them. Not to mention you actually have to purchase the VR headset itself. Not to mention you have to also purchase the games for them. So I haven't seen them around too much, but they have been around for quite a while and they are growing in popularity. I think I'm going to wait just quite a bit before I actually dive into that world of immersing myself, being able to run, being able to walk, being able to turn around and everything, utilizing that VR treadmill to its full potential. But there is a Reddit article. There's a lot of, I won't say a lot, but there's a few people that was actually talking about it, giving their takes on what they are and stuff like that. And the reason why I want to mention this one here today is because I actually saw on Facebook that there was a guy who did something that was, in my opinion, pretty brilliant. If you're a pretty handy person, it'll definitely save you a whole bunch of money if you take this route as well. He essentially just made his own version of a treadmill by just using a couple of household items, anchoring it to the wall or anchoring it to the ceiling, I should say, and actually allowing himself to be hoisted up into the air just with that harness and everything. So I just want to take a quick peek at what that looks like here. Yeah, so as you can see here, he has his own homemade setup, the cheapest VR reality thing in the world. It's actually pretty slick. Like I said, it achieves exactly what a expensive virtual reality omnidirectional treadmill can achieve. As you can see here, these are the more expensive ones. These are the ones you would probably see on that Ready Player One movie. And so yeah, so I guess it looks like they're calling it a VR saddle. I have to find the correct link for this so that you guys can check it out as well. Looks like a company called Gameology is the one that is posting it and whatnot. So for those people who don't have Facebook, I'll try to find a better link for that one rather than just posting the Facebook link on there. All right, and now jumping over to the second item of the day is Apple. Apple, Apple, Apple. I have no clue why they are doing this, but maybe a lot of people have asked for this. Me being a private and secure person, I personally don't utilize the Touch ID or Face ID on my iPhone. But apparently, this might be the way that they're pushing people, or maybe people have been asking for this. But Apple is now doing away with passwords. They are no longer in the new iOS 16, I believe, update that's coming out. And then Mac OS Ventura, they are now only utilizing passkeys, which is, in my opinion, not the greatest thing in the world. But I guess in the world that we live in, there's a lot of tech savvy people. There's a lot of people getting hacked because they aren't being so secure with their devices and stuff like that. So it may be a good thing to have that feature on there and be the only feature on there. Again, me myself, I don't use that. So I'm kind of a little on the fence about what's going on here. I'm kind of reluctant to actually upgrading or updating my iOS to version number 16 now, just because of this. I don't want this to be the only feature. If there was a way where I can choose to either do Face ID or Touch ID, then that's perfectly fine. But if they're pushing this on everybody and just kind of getting rid of the whole entire password scenario just because of a few data breaches, I have quite a bit of a problem with that. But the way that it looks like it's going to work is that they are going to have you go ahead and set up a passkey on your device, mainly your cell phone. From there, you're going to have to always use that for all of your apps. Anytime a website is going to ask you, hey, log into this website, instead of putting a password for that website, they're going to now ask you to verify yourself via touch or via your face. They already are kind of doing that a little bit. You can kind of see when you log into, or for the first time when you sign up for a website, they kind of give you a generic, hard to crack passcode that you'll never remember. I'm assuming most people actually just go ahead and delete that and put their own in there. But now I'm assuming they won't be able to do that anymore. It will have to be either through Touch ID and Face ID. If you have your MacBook or your Mac computer attached to your cell phone as well, guess what? Same exact thing. You don't even need the webcam. It's going to sync from your computer directly to your phone. As soon as you log into a website, it's going to say, hey, what is your passkey? You can click on log in with my phone, hit that button, pick up your phone, look at it. It's going to connect Face ID, and then it's going to transfer that data and transfer that information over to the computer, and then actually log you in. Again, in my opinion, that's quite a bit of work. Sometimes when I'm using my computer, I have my phone charged up somewhere, so I don't want to have to log in through my phone and have to go find my phone and do it. Sometimes I'm upstairs, phone is downstairs. It just kind of depends on the type of person that you are and the way you operate and stuff like that. Me, myself, I have a hard time believing that Apple is actually going to make this the one and only way to log into your phone and use this password and stuff like that. I'm not a real die-hard Apple fan, so don't be surprised if you see me with a Android phone in the next couple of years just because of that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of curious. This article was pushed out June 7th, 2022. I haven't upgraded my phone to the iOS 16 just yet. I'm glad I actually read this first before actually doing so, because this kind of changes things a little bit, and that's exactly why I kind of started this show here, is because there's a lot of stuff that going on behind the scenes in this technology world that a lot of people are missing just because they are not well informed. So I'm here to just keep you guys all well informed. And then the last thing is over here with the movie market, movie industry. A company called Regal. I'm assuming, I haven't heard of Regal before actually myself. I don't frequent the movies that often, but I'm assuming they are a seller of movie tickets, kind of like Adam. I've used Adam before. I think it's Fandango or something like that, where you can purchase movie tickets online. There's a bunch of companies out there, but it looks like for this new movie that just came out, The Minions, which is actually a great movie. I haven't seen this new one, The Rise of Gru. I've seen the past ones. I've seen all of the Despicable Me movies because I just like cartoons. And what it looks like are that they are utilizing this AR technology to create AR tickets. Now, when I first saw this, I actually thought that they were going to say, hey, we're making these tickets as NFTs. I'm like, okay, that's something that's already been done before. But what I am seeing now is that they are actually using the AR, augmented reality technology, to make these tickets, I don't want to say real, but to give you a better feel of what the tickets could be, rather than just having a QR code, rather than just having a barcode, or rather just having a generic movie ticket. They're actually going to be putting a lot more design and emphasis into some of these tickets here. I'm assuming this is going to be the ticket, or this was the ticket. It says Regal collectible ticket. Has a date on it, a couple of other good information there. And they are going to consider it as being a collectible. So that's where the NFT portion of it comes into play. I feel like you'll be able to either, sell this later on for money, possibly, or, do something else with it as well. There we go. One thing I did want to note here was, with digital experiences providing brands innovative new ways to interact with their fans, we at Regal plan to be at the forefront of this consumer engagement. Through our partnership with MovieBill, we provide unique and differentiated AR content exclusive to our moviegoers through the Regal app. So if you have the Regal app and you purchase a lot of tickets, guess what? They say that for every major film release, they are now going to be making AR tickets for you, and then it's going to be pushed out on the app itself, which I think, in my opinion, is a really great idea. So you don't have to download no third-party application for it or anything like that. Everything will be done in-house on an app that you already have, that you already use, and so on and so forth. So I actually like that. I actually might, one day go through the Regal app just for the AR technology. I'm really big on AR. That's probably the biggest thing about this digital era that I like is AR technology. Way better than VR, way better than NFTs and everything. I think immersing yourself, having like a nice balance of immersion between the digital world and your physical world is a really big plus in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. I'm really curious to see if anyone actually had one of those tickets. If you plan on actually keeping it, where do you store it, stuff like that. I know with NFTs, you can store it in your Meta wallet and everything, whether you use Coinbase, MetaMask, or what have you. So really be curious to know how that all works out. All right, so I appreciate you guys' time. Check back in tomorrow, July 6th. Yeah, tomorrow's July 6th, 2022, to see what we have next. See you later.